Hello students, welcome to class. I am your cultural and creative art tutor, Ms. Taufik Atkorodu. And our topic for the week is painting. So by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to define painting, mention the types of painting, mention the painting materials and tools, and also describe tints and shade. Let's dive right into it. What is painting? Painting is simply the application of colors on a picture or design in order to make it look beautiful. The process of applying colors to our drawings, our designs, or pictures, or even objects, okay, that is painting. From giving it a regular look, either the natural color that it is, either in clay form or in a pencil drawing, and then applying different variety of colors to it is known as painting. We have different types of paintings, and I'll be highlighting a few for us in this class. The first on the list is nature painting. Nature painting is simply the study and painting of natural objects, mostly objects created by God. And then we have leaves, plants, animals, flowers, and the likes. The painting of human being is not categorized under nature painting. Number two on the list is still life painting. Still life painting is simply the study and painting of lifeless or inanimate objects. Lifeless or inanimate objects are simply non-living things, objects that do not have life in them. And they are tables, chairs, cars, buckets, jerry cans, and the likes. Number three is life or figure painting. This is simply the study and painting of the human figure. When I use the word study, I simply mean we have whatever we want to paint right in front of us. So it is the artist's duty to walk around its model or its piece that he wants to draw or paint, to study it and know the best position that fits, the artist to paint or to draw. So the painting of the human figure is simply life painting. And life painting can only take place in the life room or in the life studio where a model is to pose for us for painting. And number four, we have imaginative painting. Imaginative painting is the painting of objects or scenes from our mind, whatever comes to our head. All right. Simply, I can just tell you to draw and paint a dog. You don't need to see a dog to know what a dog looks like. Your painting or your drawing might not be perfect, but you know what a dog looks like. You know a dog has two ears up, and then a dog has sharp teeth and has four legs. All right. So the ability for you to paint from your head or to draw from your head is simply imaginative painting. All right. And then imaginative painting, we have different examples because we can imagine anything. You can imagine animals, human beings, non-living things, plants, flowers, and the likes. All right. So the ability for us to paint from our mind is known as imaginative painting. Now let's talk about tools and materials for painting. All right. So these tools and materials are basically the tools and the materials that we need for painting. And we have a poster color, a pastel chalk. A pastel chalk is like a chalk block. All right. It comes in different colors. We have our pencil, we have our canvas. And I always tell my students that canvas in art is not the canvas that we wear on our leg. It is a frame made of wood and fabric, covered in fabric, used for drawing and painting. And then we have our easel. An easel is a three-legged, standing object that allows us to put our drawing board or our canvas on to work on in an art studio or in a place where we want to, paint or draw. We have our palette board. Our palette board has, different sizes and different, openings where we mix our colors on. Palette knife is used to scoop out your paint from the container because we don't paint directly from our container. We have oil paints. Oil paints are simply paints that, they come in tubes and then they are oily in texture. We have our drawing board where we use to draw, cartridge paper or sketch pad, and then we have painting brushes. Modes and techniques in painting. This is simply the kind of painting that we want to achieve because we have different kinds of painting. The different kinds comes in the type of paint that we use and then the type of painting that we are doing. The first one on the list, we have oil painting. Oil painting is simply where we use oil paint, like I explained in the previous slide, oil paint to paint. And oil paints, most of them come in tubes and then we mix them with chemicals. We might mix them with kerosene or gesso. Number two, we have watercolor painting. Watercolor painting are basically most of the paintings that we see around, using painting achieved by using poster color or watercolor is known as water painting. Pastel paintings are paintings achieved by using a pastel chalk, like I explained earlier. Acrylic painting as well, using acrylic paint to achieve a painting. We have ink wash. Spray painting is simply using your spray can to spray and to paint. Fresco painting is simply painting different characters in different forms. We have gouache. Gouache is also a form of paint. Tempera painting, digital painting, and graffiti painting. Okay, now let's talk about tint and shade. All right, what is tint and what is shade? Tint is simply the application of white color to our colors in order to make it look brighter or appear brighter, while shade is the addition of black to our color in order to make it darker. And we can see from the chart in front of us that we have transitioning from the actual color into adding a drop of white to each of the colors, each of our results, and then we are getting a very very light tone. Likewise shade as well, adding black to each and every tone that we achieve to get a shade. All right, so tint is simply the application or addition of white color to any color, addition of white to any color to make it look brighter or lighter. And then shade is simply the application or the addition of black to any color to make it appear or look darker. Okay, students, these are assignments for the week. Number one, define painting. Number two, mention three types of painting. Number three, list five tools and materials used for painting. All right, we've come to the end of the class for today. See you in the next class. Thank you for listening. Do have a lovely day. Bye.